We have more Republicans that are that are making sense. More Republicans are starting to say that it is existential for our democracy that Republicans work with or work and help Democrats maintain our democracy. We had an interview with Bill Kristol, or had an interview with Bill Kristol few weeks ago, where he made that statement or similar statements, and now we have another Republican that comes on cable TV and pretty much says the same thing. I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side.
To Barbara's point about the evidence that needs to begin being collected, let me read about what she says about following the money, because these are answerable. These are not like known unknowns. Barbara writes, who planned and funded the Trump rally that day? And who picked the speakers and got attendees there? How did supporters of QAnon, Oath Keepers, and the Proud Boys get there? What happened as the White House planned for January 6th? I mean, there are emails. There were emails sent to supporters. There were venues booked. There were permits taken out. All that evidence has to exist. What do you think about where we are in terms of not turning over many stones?
Well, I think it's sort of ridiculous that we can't have a commission right now. And I just want to, give a shout out to Barbara. She's the OG when it comes to anti-Trump and going against ridiculousness. And Barbara and I have talked about this. She was in the Government Reform Committee. She knows this process. And we talked about her unleashing those subpoenas. And with my background in call chaining, social network analysis, and pattern of life, actually utilizing that data, those CDRs or call detail records and other forms of communication to identify what this social network looked like, who was working with who, what the communication paths were, right, and who the leaders were for each one of the movements, for each one of the cells that were there. What Barbara's referring to in her op-ed, or what she's talking about, is Barbara going on the offensive, because we have to tell people that you don't have to be afraid of President Trump. Conservative values don't have to equal crazy. That's why I appreciate Barbara for the years she's been doing this. But her op-ed really was an offensive move here in Virginia to ensure that we can actually get in front of some of this.
Denver, would you help Democrats? Would you offer your time? Would you volunteer to help them where your expertise lies?
Helping Democrats right now is helping the country. This isn't a partisan issue. That's what I get so angry about, is that we had individuals that sieged the Capitol based completely on fantasy. But I think right now we all have to help. This is not partisan at all. Barbara's so right on this. This is about facts and data, about going after the individuals that are responsible for this. So I don't see it as Democrats reaching out to me. I see it as Americans reaching out to me for help in identifying who these people are. And I hope I can use my 20 years of experience and maybe rely on some of Barbara's experience to get through this.
I like when he said conservative doesn't have to mean crazy, and he's right. But right now, conservative does mean crazy. QAnon. Conservative mean all these things Donald Trump has turned conservatism into. And that's why the stalwarts of conservatism, Bill Kristol and now Denver and a few others, they're really coming out and saying, Miles Taylor, we've got to change. We have to put some sort of a sanity in this thing. Anyway, good job. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.